She was there. She was ready. She had trained for this moment for 4 long years. And then she didn't run. Shelly Fraser-Pryce, Jamaica's sprint queen. The mother, the lioness, the warrior, the woman who defined a generation of track and field dominance. When the lights were brightest, when the world turned its eyes to Paris for the 100-meter final, Shelly didn't show up at the starting line. Not because she was injured, not because she failed to qualify, not because she wasn't capable, but because she chose not to run. And that decision, that single decision, might go down as the biggest mistake of her legendary career. Jamaicans expected her. The stadium expected her. The history books were waiting for one more chapter. She had cruised through the heats. She looked sharp. She looked focused. No, she wasn't the clear favorite, but she didn't have to be. Because Shelly Fraser-Pryce doesn't just run for herself. She runs for her country. She runs for the legacy of Jamaican women. She runs for every girl who grew up believing that height doesn't matter. That power comes in heart, in drive, in soul. But in Paris, she chose silence. What happened behind the scenes? Was it nerves? Doubt? Pressure? Politics? We may never get the full story. But what we do know is this. Shelly Fraser-Pryce stood at the edge of greatness and walked away. She could have taken the lane. She could have challenged for gold. Even if she finished 4th or 5th, she would have fought. But by not running at all, she surrendered that opportunity. And worse, she left a vacuum on the track. A vacuum that no one else could fill. Not Elaine. Not Shericka. Not any rising star. Because Shelly wasn't just another sprinter. She was the presence. She was the storm. She was the fear in every other runner's eyes. Let's be honest. Jamaica needed her. Not just because we wanted another medal, but because we needed that final run, that last battle, to close the book properly. We didn't want Shelly Fraser-Pryce to fade out. We wanted her to finish like she started, on fire. Explosive, unapologetic, victorious. But instead, she vanished from the moment. And the disappointment wasn't just national. It was global. Fans from around the world were watching. People in Nairobi, London, Tokyo, New York were waiting to see the queen of the 100m one more time. And they were denied that moment. This wasn't just any Olympic Games. This was her last, her farewell stage, her final chapter. And she didn't run. Not because she couldn't, but because she didn't. And that's the bitter part. Because champions don't disappear from the fight. Champions fight until there's nothing left. Shelly owed us that. She owed herself that. Instead, Paris was filled with questions, rumors, and regret. No medal, no closure, no final roar, just silence. And now the legacy. Still iconic, still unmatched, still legendary, but incomplete. Because the greatest Jamaican female sprinter of all time did not finish her last Olympic 100m. She walked away when the world needed her one last time. And no matter how many golds shine in her trophy case, that moment in Paris will never come back.